Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we're hanging out here in West Hill on the Citadel server. We're just going to pick up where we left off. We were working on the river here to the north, the Spruce River, because it goes along this taiga biome on the west hand side here. And we're going to continue the work that was going on up there. And we're going to push it down in here into the city or in around the town. And one of the things that we're going to look at, I can just pop outside. I've got an inventory full of shulker boxes, but we'll take a look out there anyway, and then I'll decide what I'm going to bring with me and where we're going to set up shop, because I'm not entirely sure where that's going to be. Looks like we might need to sleep in a bed quickly. There's one in here. Maybe not. Certainly one in the inn. Well played, Cosmic. Well played. Yeah, I've been having trouble this morning. I was trying to get things organized, and just the computer and streaming just didn't seem to want to do what I wanted it to do. So this is the section of the Spruce River that enters through this gate, and if I scoot down here, you'll see this is where we kind of left off, with the bottom of the river being completed, and I had dotted in a little bit of seagrass. And I don't want to spend too much time on one section. I kind of want to do the whole river in one big pass first. And then if we have time, or if I see the opportunity to go back and fill in some details, I will. But the main thing, and I think the easiest thing, is going to be to get the town side of the river to look pretty solid, because it's only a couple of blocks deep. I think it only gets to maybe 4 at the most as we go along here. So it's really going to be pretty simple. Most of the river's edge here is completely finished and custom, right? So we don't really have to worry about too much of that, I don't think. It's only going to be the right-hand side here, the west bank, where we're going to have to make some changes. Here we might make a couple of changes just to kind of make that look a little bit nicer. But this is what I really want to address. There's things like a cave that we've got to cover up, and some little things I want to help stand out. I don't think I'm going to go so far as to put like deep slate and stuff over here, because I feel like that would just take too long. But I do want to remove some of this dirt and replace it with stone. I like the snow, so I want to keep that. There's some things like this that obviously need to get replaced, and I don't think dirt is the nicest option here. I think we could probably make this out of stone and have it look pretty good. Maybe we'll use some tuff or something here to make it stand out. And then we've got something like this that's obviously finished, but then something like that that isn't. So those are the kind of things that I want to touch up. This is obviously working quite well. This is a little bit bland. We might add a little bit of texture in there. And the only reason we would do that is because it's visible from a point of interest down here, right? When you're standing here in this little dock, you can very clearly see this cliff. And I think it would make a lot more sense to have some andesite and some texture and stuff in there. So that's the plan. So where are we going to set up shop? I keep on finding those two, Cosmic. It's quite funny. I'd imagine up here is probably going to be the easiest spot. It's a little high. I would prefer to be lower. This is a nice big open area, as is this. I don't think there's any real low spots. I guess we could, if we go too low, we're going to be in the way of where we're working. I feel like up here is probably going to be a good place. We're probably going to be mostly up here today. Yeah, there's a couple ways up here, so maybe we'll set up shop here. And I'm not going to need all of this, so some of this stuff I'm going to end up putting away. Be free! Okay. Do the normal stuff first. I'll be coming up here a lot, so I'll put the bed there. Now we're definitely going to need all the stones. Cobblestone and a site. Let's do that. Give myself a lot of room. All right, let's change this up a bit. Put that over here. Seems kind of silly, but honestly, setting this stuff up right the first time can save yourself a lot of time. Stone bricks can go up here. Definitely going to need dirt, grass. Of course, dirt, moss. We will do the green stuff. That needs to get sorted. That needs to get sorted. Oh, that's going to stay here. I don't think we'll need those. I guess I might as well put them down. And we'll do spruce as well. So I need to go sort out these things. It turns out I needed all of that stuff. I didn't think I was going to. I do have traveling Technicolor shulker boxes. I'm looking forward to making some changes when I move on to a different area in how I organize my ender chest. I've noticed some really cool videos from Etho in his single player world where he's developed like a auto refill ender chest thing. It looks really cool. I might look into doing something like that. We're gonna need some yellow dye because one of these is gonna get renamed to be sand. Thankfully we've got lots of flowers. Well, I guess that made two, didn't it? I just grabbed it from there. All right. I don't know what number sand that is, so we'll have to sand a 2. So this is probably sand 3. Yep. Might as well fill it up. See if we can rename it before that fills up. I don't know why I don't use regular numbers. I always feel like Roman numerals are better somehow. Now this needs to get sorted out. Flowers are here. This stuff is, I think, all compost. Maybe I should just grab a composter real quick. And I'll need 2 chests. And a couple of hoppers. And where will I put this? That's a full block space there. Let's put it here. That'll take care of that. fish there. I think this might fill up our clay box. Pretty close to it. Yeah, I guess I could turn those into... Yes. Ink sacks. The rest of this should all fit away quite easily. Coal is probably full. Knowing my luck. Yeah, it is. And that we can take back with us. Cool. That can just stay. Old Duggan VODs. Why is that named? Weird. Thought I had named them both the same, but I guess I didn't. That's the YouTube channel that you should go to watch all the VODs. Link in the chat. Dark again. I feel like there's a bed in here. Nope. Guess not. Been a minute. Really fun to walk through the finished areas of the town now. Quite like the experience. Alright, so that's for the junk. We will definitely need gravel, andesite, lots of stone, tough, and cobblestone. We're running kind of low on cobble. And bring some moss. Coarse dirt, slabs, grass if we need it, dirt if we need it. Should be good. So I'm not sure what exactly to do with this section because it feels really odd. I feel like if we made it all stone, it wouldn't really work because it would kind of blend into this area. But on the other side, we did a decent job by changing the cliff bottom to be tough and deep slate and cobblestone. I feel like we could do a little bit of that, maybe. Unfortunately, we don't yet have tough slabs in the game. I really want to add a data pack like Hermitcraft has to bring some of that stuff from 121 into the game, the crafter especially. I feel like we're between tough. Maybe I need to go get some deep slate. There's MacCast. MacCast's like, I always assume you're live. It's fair. I don't actually play Minecraft unless I'm streaming. So that would make sense. Oh, mud blocks would be a good one to bring too. Which one is that? one of these is mud blocks. And deep slate. I might need that. Been watching a lot of Hermitcraft, and I've got that itch to do like early game technical stuff, even though I don't particularly like the early game. I just like some of the simpler ideas of having a whole bunch of stuff accessible within a certain area. Here on the server, whenever I run out of a resource, I tend to have to go get it, which is fine. Like, it's cool content to walk around and show off the Citadel, but it's also a bit of like, I won't say a time sink, but it's a little bit on the inconvenient side, I guess we'll say. And I'll bring some bushes. I think I used mangrove. Couldn't see. Yeah. Maybe we could end up with a custom tree over there too. That could be kind of fun. That would be a good way to break up visually the cliff from the wall. Would be to put like a custom tree right there. That might not be a bad idea. Probably stairs. We'll do planks and then separately stairs. Oh yes. See the flower. And you, sir, are just going to be in the way. Good times. Not for long. Really wish they wouldn't be in your way all the time. Don't need any of that stuff. Right here, I feel like it could be a little sturdier looking as far as the rocks go. So this is where I think we could benefit from maybe some deep slate. Everybody has a death wish today. And this is why I wanted to have slabs on me, because I feel like we can get away with stuff like this. Even that might be a little bit too bright. Maybe we'll stick with the deep slate. Oh, that's not supposed to be like that. I'm going to be careful not to change the shape of the river, because I do like the way that it looks right now. Oh, I didn't bring a bucket. Always something. Joel is wearing his enchanted sassy "I'm gonna stab you for shoving me pants" today. Yeah. I didn't sleep well last night, so my patience is thin. So I feel like this could just be foliage the whole way down. What biome is this anyway? River. The moss isn't going to look good, but I imagine something like this would. Oh, that's annoying. And in places like this, we can just go straight to leaves. Yeah, already I think that has an effect. I don't remember opening that door. Yeah, so if we continue that down, create like a darker shore. So I'll do this part first. Whoops. Yeah, this is where I would really like a tough slab, you know? Would be very good there. And I think we can get rid of some of the gravel. But this is where I'd like to transition a bit and actually have the gravel here make sense. Try to have it look like it's sinking down off the cliff. A little bit of a U shape. forget about the gravity. Blend in a little tough, which goes very well with gravel. At least I think so. Maybe even a little deep slate. Again, tough slabs right here would be fantastic. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Thanks ever so much. Hope you're having a good day. If you had time, how tempting would it be to add a full gradient to the Big Hill Mountain? I don't know if that's something that really appeals. Like, it's not so much that. It's more about just separating out the areas where it doesn't make any, like, it's hard to read. Like this, I don't really mind this because this feels just like natural Minecraft generation, right? I'll remove a couple little bits here and there. It wouldn't be bad to leave some things in, like leaving a little iron deposit there is kind of interesting. I would, you know, add a little bit of custom texture around it, maybe to make it look a little bit cooler, right? Draw more attention to it. Maybe add a couple more bits of ore in there. It'd be fun. The reason why I'm doing all this is because there's this path here and I want this to look similar to how I did the southern banks. I want this to have a neat appeal to it. This is going to be really tricky to do. What do I have up here? And that's why I tend to leave them on. Right, so it's going to make sense that there's some grass up here. Maybe we'll start to cut it off after like 2 or 3 blocks. That. And if I was a tree, I could want the tree to be kind of like right on that block right there. And I did not bring a sapling, but we've got them. I think I got the bits, right? MindTrip. Appreciate the bits. One of those days. So this might be fun. Oh man, getting up here is going to be a pain. Just trying to think about where I'd want the trunk of the tree to go. Yeah, if we grow it there, but we grow it a little bit higher. And see what we get. This could be good, this could be bad. We don't know. That's a little bit big. No, you know what? That's pretty good. That's not bad for what I was hoping for. So this is what I like to do for custom trees because it saves you a lot of work. Because obviously it looks like a Minecraft tree because it's been grown. But when you get in here, and start to do stuff like this. I grew it a little bit farther out than I would have wanted. I think I'm going to start that higher up. I still have no idea how I'm going to handle this road. Yep, I think that works. We'll push the bottom even farther. I think that should be, yep. In these cases, sometimes it's better to adjust the leaves. Hey, Squealet, how's it going? I try not to use all planks, but sometimes I have to go that way. Oh, wow, that's not good. Hopefully that's the right mix. Don't think I have got fences, but not dark oak fence gates. A short week, but seems the longest. President's Day in the US was Monday. Yeah, we had, was this week the holiday week for everybody in Canada? I think it was. I think Monday was a holiday. Yeah, it was, because I remember I went to the gym and I was going to go to the grocery store afterwards and realized it was closed. Dark oak. And now if I remove the dirt underneath that, it'll look a lot nicer. And then here, even branch out and do some roots. Oops. maybe not. Some of this stuff, it's like my first time trying to do trees like this on a cliff, so it's a little bit of trial and error. That would probably be a good bush. Makes sense. And then I guess this would get pushed back a little bit. Trying to make sense of where this bush kind of comes from. Whoops. Don't mind that there's a space there because we can fill that, of course, with grass or whatever. And we can't really use moss, unfortunately. Whoops. Too many things in the inventory. Matt B, good to see you. Yeah, so right away that's starting to create a little bit more of a separation between the cliff and the hillside. Don't know if long grass is the way I want to go, but better than nothing. Actually, you know what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What I'd like to do with this part here is try to figure out, this was obviously just a quick placeholder because I didn't do anything underneath them. So I think what I want to do here is kind of establish what would be like the roots of this particular bush and how it would cascade down the hill. So if it started here, right? And then maybe this wouldn't be here. Maybe we could do a little bone meal there, although that doesn't look all that good. Maybe it'll be better to have that as a bush. And then maybe this could be steeper. That. use that trick of adding some of the coarse dirt slabs into the hillside. Seemed to work for us before. Now I noticed I've used some jungle here, but I don't know if that's in the right biome. That's a taiga biome. That might not work over there. We'll go get some just to see. If you were to add the crafter to the Citadel, do you think you'd take a break from Westell to implement some community farms? No, I would want to add the crafter as a reward for finishing Westell. Once I get a hold of the crafter, I'm going to want to move on, I think. I want to definitely have the crafter when I start the sci-fi area. And I think that I'd want to move like on cleanly, completely at that point. And put this down. Not using as much cobble as I thought I was going to. That should make things a little bit smoother. Now I want spruce leaves and jungle leaves. See, over here in the taiga, they look really cool on top of the mangrove leaves. They almost look like berries or blossoms or something. I'm just curious as to whether they'll be okay over here as well, to kind of break up the repetitions. It's a little bit different, but I think it still works. We can add that in places like here, here. Maybe we'll do coarse dirt there. Trying to get this so it hangs down over what's happening here a little bit. And this is where I think we can do coarse dirt thing. Maybe not all the way down. Go. Some of this could benefit from actually being maybe deep slate. Rahal, finally catching a stream. How much longer on the landscaping? Oh, who knows? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I'm just pushing through. I'm trying not to deviate. I was talking the other day on stream about how I'd like to play other games and all that kind of stuff, but right now I'm kind of focused on making sure that this gets done relatively quickly. See, I feel like this little bush here could be a separate thing. So maybe we just remove this entirely here. And I guess I'll probably get away with some roots in here. It's different. I think it works. Yeah. Kind of like what we've got going on here. It takes a while, but I do feel like the level of landscaping that you can get to definitely helps this feel finished, you know? It's also a fun way to kind of experiment and try new things that you might want to use in another build somewhere else. That's nice too. See, I really like this, but I'm not a fan of the dirt. I don't want to have to do too much, but it might be worth it to just start to remove a lot of this dirt. I don't necessarily want to change the shape of the hill too much. But I feel like we could definitely benefit here. What if I just changed a bunch of this to stone? Starting with where the tree is. And just go down from here. That way the tree feels a little bit more like it's on some special ground. Like the tree found the one patch of dirt to grow on. This indent still feels a little strange. And then here, maybe we can blend it with the deep slate a bit. It's okay. We're getting there. Break time when you're ready, says Cosmic. Thank you very much. How did I do on this shape up here? That's not bad. If we continue that up and make it look a little bit more seamless, then I think it'll be okay. Well, I'll remove that part there. I think maybe this has to go all andesite to make sense. And then we've got slabs and andesite that we can work with as well. That can help us blend things together a bit. Yeah. Yeah, if I can cover a little bit more of that up, I think we'll be good. All right, do I have anything I can toss in here? No. Well, grass. And I wanted to get slabs and andesite as well. Cool. So for anybody that's new, I take a break about once an hour. Gives me a chance to refill my coffee, grab a drink. You should too. Maybe even let a friend know that we're live. Always a good chance to hang out on a chill afternoon. It's raining cats and dogs here in Halifax, so always happy to have some extra folks kicking around. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Now, while I'm here, there was something else I wanted to get. Ore blocks, that's what it was. We'll grab that many of those. And I have some spare coal just to see if it's something we can work into the cliff, maybe. I can't believe I'm going to be spending probably most of the stream on this one section. I do want to try to make like small points of interest and then have the bulk of the cliff be just plain Minecraft generated looking type stuff. Just like little things like this I'll remove. And we'll get rid of this. Wow, it's a lot. And now you know why I have so much coal. Because I just can't stop. A little claustrophobic. See, here we could have a little bit of fun with this. Like that. Maybe put a little bit of tuff here. I'm not sure what other blocks would go really well with iron. I've not really tried to build much with ore blocks in the past. I feel like that looks pretty natural. Maybe we'll do something like this. I find once you start going into like the tough blocks, it's hard to back out. Then I have to commit to the darkness. Happy! A 3-month gift subscription courtesy of GrandpaCrafter has entered the final month. GrandpaCrafter, thanks so much for that gift sub for Happy. Happy, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. So all I'm doing here is just smoothing out a little bit of this contour. having it sink around a bit. I did this before on the east bank of the Westhill River. Yeah, so just having that sort of look like it makes sense. That works. What I want to do is actually get, I think, the andesite to be its own layer. And I do have some slabs in stone now as well. That looks pretty natural. Yeah, just a little bit more work on that side. I'm focusing mostly on the right-hand side here. Yeah, just a couple little seams that I want to change, but other than that, I think that works. Oh, and I need to replace this with andesite so it looks more uniform. Now here, probably benefit from some coarse dirt. And then I want to create another bush or extend this one out a bit. If we do that, then I think we have to have roots back here. Whoops. Actually, that would benefit probably from being an actual root block, just like the neighbor. Sure. Squeal it, thanks for coming by. We shall fight in the hills, we shall fight in the valley. Well done, Happy. Thanks very much for the compliment. Low 88, good to see you. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where, like, if we do a good job on this transitional piece, then all of this can be very plain as long as this works. I'm struggling with this section here. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to briefly switch gears and I'm going to work on the custom tree a bit. Just need to look and see what that needs. We still river, but we are windswept hills. I don't know whether moss looks good up here or not. I don't think it does. So I think what I want to do is bump that tree over, and we've got an example right there. So stair into fence gate. Although that's pretty good. I don't know if I want to mess with that. I think the only thing I want to do is just change the shape of the actual branches. So here, what I want to do is I want to add on to this. Of course, I didn't bring any scaffolding. It's a tricky spot to work. Just to kind of give it a little more asymmetry, like it's leaning out that way a bit. But we'll get rid of these ones. Sure. Yep. Just a little adjustment. And if there's a way for me to squeeze in a custom branch, I will too. Oh, need some work under here. That's for sure. This might be too much. Yep, I liked it better before. That's probably good. So we've got this other bush here. I want to put another bush here. I think maybe we start one right next to the tree. Like a parkour puzzle. I can't remember which block I was looking at. I think it was this one. I do that a lot. I back up to look at something and then I go forward and was like, nope. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Is that where I wanted to start that? I guess I just didn't want to sacrifice the grass. Starts to look really cool now. Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice the grass, so we'll start back here. I might... oh, crap. I don't have any shears on me, so... Do coarse dirt. I need to get rid of some of this dirt. Dirt's almost full. Put that back there for now. Oh, my shears are almost done. I want a little bit of this. Dirt scaffolding, very traditional, yeah. You know, gotta keep it real, old school. Right, so I want to put the grass back here. And I think we'll make this bush. Oh, that's no good. Maybe coarse dirt slab. Yeah, GrandpaCrafter, the build on Infinity Cove is looking good. Thanks for sharing that on the Spawn Chunks Hangout today. All right, so sometimes some of that looks good, the rest of it does not. I'm okay with a couple blocks of grass here, but not this. Maybe this needs to go full root like that. No, it's too horizontal. Not good. Oh, come on. Whoops. I'm going through the back catalog on my VOD channel of the moss farm. That's like 2 years ago. I think this summer I was building this area, if I recall. Yeah, something about that just is not sitting right with me. I think maybe this has to get pulled back a bit. Still feels really chunky. And I don't like this bush thing hanging down here. And now I can't get up. All right, what if that was actual roots? Like that. This could still be coarse dirt. That. This could be nothing. Or it could be a slab. How does that work? A little bit better. This still doesn't work for me. Maybe we need to go farther in the other direction. So maybe we'll push this back. In space, making it something like this. Then there's nothing to cover that. that doesn't work either. That's not bad. Fortunately, the green of the vine in this biome is a little bit off. That might work. Start at the beginning from the wheat farm. You're slowly working your way through. Wow. That's dedication. Thanks for that. All right. Let's echo this over here. And I'd say I have to walk away from this because it's just taking a little bit too much time. I think that's good. Got a slab there. I think what will help this, with the vine being lighter, is if we change this to a jungle bush. Just on a couple of these. Whoops. Yep, I think that looks okay. I want to push this andesite all the way. And maybe in there too. Sort of looks like a dead bush. Or an exposed part of the root that's been dried out. So I like where this is positioned. We're just going to go through with the same sort of process that we've been doing. That seems to be going all right. Maybe we'll add a fern in here. Yeah, the jungle does work pretty well here, I agree. Yeah, from down here, I think we're good. And I think the lower part of this looks good from up this way too. So it's more just right here I need to finish up. And I'm going to grab some moss Because if I can use some moss to get rid of the sides of some of these grass blocks, I totally will. And I have no room. I don't need those right now. Don't need the ink sacks. I'm done with the custom tree bits for now. I'm not sure how I'm going to differentiate this road from the surroundings either. Let's just see what some moss looks like in here. My guess is that it's not going to look the best. I think I've done this before. Yeah. That doesn't work. What might, though, would be some leaves, maybe? Sort of. Most will fail. Ooh, actually, you know what? A fern there would be good. Need to get some lights up here, too. Am I going to let that flower despawn? Is it still there? Then yes. The answer to that question is yes. See, this is where I would really like to have some moss carpet and stuff to play around with, but we don't really have that. I obviously did not finish this area of the build. That's got some grass in front of it, so that should be okay. And then here maybe we'll pull that down. And this is maybe where we can work in some slabs. Help us out. Make the transition feel a little bit smoother. Oh, maybe not there. Although, if we back that up, we could use coarse dirt slab. Yeah, that's not bad. I do really wish we had a separate toolbar for your tools. I find you often end up hot swapping for a block and you end up replacing the tool that you want to work with a lot of the time. I'd say that's probably about as good as it's going to get. That still feels a little bit funny. Need to get up higher. Yeah, I think maybe we need to continue the stone over there. Other than that, though, it looks good. Or just being able to lock your tools in one place. Yeah, that would be cool too. That would be cool too. The thing that I like about games like Satisfactory is they give you that opportunity to put like you've got like a separate thing, as if there would be like a wheel here for your tools, and then to switch them you hold down a key. So instead of E to bring up your inventory, you can hold down like a R or something like that, and then it would give you like a wheel, and then you point to the one that you want, and it would just switch. You know, I guess the hard part there is that you have to then still replace something. Like you still have to be able to mine and place blocks. So it does get a little bit tricky in terms of the control mechanics. So I know that it's not a simple solution. So most of this I think looks pretty good. I'm not too worried about that. There's just little bits here and there that we can either remove or embrace and tie them together with other features. So by just continuing this section facade of andesite, it goes from being 4 blocks that look at a place to what looks like a deposit. I think it's cool. Finally, the geology, I can't speak today. The geology course I took in university is coming in handy. That makes sense. And then maybe we can push a little bit more tough up in here. Say Noodle, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And Repellent Puma 60. Appreciate it. Welcome in. You'll notice today I was not spending very much time underwater. I really needed a break. I don't like that tough. I thought I was going to, but it does not work. That's better. A bit more subtle. So then here you can see where this kind of gets cut off. I feel like we can probably continue this thought through here. I might just have that line of andesite make more sense. And then stuff like this feels a little out of place, but I think you can quickly remedy that with stuff like that. Isn't it wild how all of that bouncing around and stuff just stops the moment that I take off my Elytra? You know what? Maybe we'll just get rid of all this. So one of the things I try to avoid are these little tangents. So stuff where you've got this kind of thing, it's like 6 vertices all meeting. A simple adjustment like that makes it a lot easier to look at. I love that I've got paths everywhere. It makes everything so much easier. And it's one of your favorite blocks could be good. Yeah, I use it a fair bit. Well, that's the whole wall, like all of the exterior wall on the town is all this andesite going up into stone. That's the whole. Do I see a good view of it? Maybe it's hard because it got so many layers here. But yeah, the whole exterior wall is just this, right? A little bit of andesite blocks into the regular andesite and then into the regular stone. Yeah, I'm flying a little bit GrandpaCrafter just for speed, but yeah, I much prefer walking the paths, and I much prefer being able to come up here to the bed and then like circle around and then walk down here rather than having to do what I'm doing on the other side, which is like that constant hoppy jump thing. It drives me nuts. I can't stand constant jumping in Minecraft. If you can make yourself paths that flow easily and you can just walk up and down, I think it's a lot nicer. But that is a little bit of a shift that needs to happen. But I think with this, we're pretty much done around the corner. Like it's not much remaining here. That looks good. That looks good. Because I'm trying not to reinvent the wheel. So like little things like this, when I see them, are things that I just want to pop over and just quickly, you know, not really change too much of the natural generation, but just remove the stuff that just feels a little bit strange. Don't have my elytra on. Right? Like that, you don't need to do too much to that. It's more about the views from when you're down there on the path. But I think that's fine. Like, I don't think I want to waste time getting into all that. But you can see, like, it goes from natural Minecraft generation with just a few blocks replaced into something a little bit smoother, and then you get into your custom transition. And now this feels like it's a much better, I guess, situation. Like, it feels more part of the landscape. And then this stuff all ties in with the stuff around the corner that I talked about at the start. That's a little out of place. And I wanted to check this. I might add another bend in the tree. I'm curious what this would look like if I change this. Whoops. That's roots, so I'd have to change that to coarse dirt, I guess. Or we can just go more roots. And here we can go full roots. And I can put the grass back. Oh, I don't have any. Oh, yes, I do. Why can't I right-click that? Weird. Or pick block, rather. So the tree feels a little skinny at the bottom. So I'm wondering if I can get rid of this. I need to go get some custom tree bits again. Can you hear the double tap on the spacebar whenever I jump off of something and I'm not wearing my elytra? That. So I've got logs, fences, that, and I'll get spruce leaves again. So what I'm seeing is that this feels like it's going to break. Feels like there's too much tree. So I'm wondering if we get rid of this. That. It's going to feel chunky, but I think I'd rather it feel a little on the Minecraft chunky side than on the I'm going to break under my own weight. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now, do we want to mess with the top of that at all? think we do. I think we do. Whoops. See how that looks. Rabelais, good to see you. Thank you, Cosmic. Now, is that somehow different than the ones I've done down there? Got more leaves. More leaves covering the stair. So maybe we'll remove the leaves that are down here to expose more of the trunk. Having thought about using roots at the top. Yeah, I did that at the in a couple of other places around here too. So I'm looking at this tree here and that tree there. If I fly down there, you can see, whoop, too short a distance. But I've done it on the top of a couple of these trees. And this one worked out quite well. Same thing there. I guess the only drawback is that this tree faces us here, so it feels a little bit strange. But it's not terrible. How did the Lego build go yesterday? It went great. Fun little build. It's 500 and something pieces. Yeah, I almost want that to go a little bit farther. I wonder if we could push this. That might be too much. That last piece is too much, but I think the other ones are okay. Ryan K. Gregor, thanks for the follow. True Dog, good to see you. Welcome in. So it feels a little bit square, but I think overall it's a good change. I do feel like this has got a very flat top on it now. I wonder if we can get away with adding in a little bit more here. Sometimes you just have to go with little things that catch your eye. You want to adjust. Don't know about that. Maybe if we added a couple more, or even just one right here. Definitely has a different vibe than it did before. I don't know if I like that more. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do to make that feel less flat on the top there. Don't know if there really is much. Don't know if there's much. We could try adding maybe a little custom branch coming back this way. Elkhorn, the mighty Elkhorn, hello. Oh, you know what? I like that. I think that helps distract from how flat that bit is there. Whoops, there's a hole there. A little bit of gravel left. All right, let's empty some of this extra stuff that I don't need. Keep that stuff going for now. Don't need the moss because it does not look good in the biome, which is frustrating. Yeah, so I'll work on more of that tomorrow. But I think that helps the overall vibe down here. I guess we should look from the path, not from the other side of the river. But starting here, when you take this path, like there's something cool to look at there. I might change this whole thing to andesite. And then this is pretty solid looking. That all makes sense. This actually doesn't go around the corner. This is supposed to go inside. Got the view from the balcony. This is my favorite view, I think. I think it looks the best from here. Really gotta fix these data packs. And then from down this side, looks pretty good. And then the last check. Should stay on the road because that's going to be how it's viewed. Yeah, I think that works. Good mix of natural terrain and non-natural. Yeah, definitely need to figure out a good way to blend some stuff into this biome. The taiga slash mountain something, windswept hills. It's hard to do grass textures. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Cool. So this is the idea, is that we're going to be taking key features and making something cool, and then gradually getting into just leaving the Minecraft generation as is. But then when it gets into spots where there's like a lot of dirt, or around the corner here, where I mentioned there's this cave that needs to get blocked up. It's like we've got this we've got to deal with. This is where there's going to be a lot of work. Little things like this are easy, removing the diorite, just so it's not such an eyesore. But then this is just a lot of very straightforward block placing. We'll just replace the dirt. Because I like the shape of it, it's fine. It's just that I don't like the brown. So we can replace all that with stone. And we've got lots of stone. And then hopefully up at this point, when we replace the dirt, it will still get snow on top of it. I don't know if that's the case. We'll have to wait for it to rain, I guess, to really see if that's going to happen. Because at a certain altitude, of course, it switches over to snow. Yeah, and then like I said, there's the bulk of this town side of the river has already been done. So yeah, like we don't need to do any work through here. It's only maybe around the corner that it gets a little bit sketchy. And then this will be quite simple to do. And because it's such a narrow river and it's not very deep, I don't feel like we need to do a lot of points of interest when you're standing here. Like, I don't think we need to have rocks and stuff because you can very clearly see the other side. It's almost like the cliff itself is the point of interest. Yeah. Could not resist. Trying to show off the build. Widths are in the way. So a little bit plain down here. We'll probably add a little bit more seagrass. Probably come through here and do stuff like that. Just to make it feel a little bit more robust, although that, of course, added way more. Yeah, just like little touches like that. Cool. Cosmic, who's still live? Who can we send everyone along to? Because this is, I think, we're going to wrap things up for today. Start to put some of this stuff away so that next time I don't have an inventory that I'm pulling my hair out trying to sort out. Tough. You'll get the layer, but not the fade effect on the side. It might be worth placing a snow block for the top layer to communicate accumulation better. I was thinking about that, Alcorn. So you're thinking that it's probably best to, I'm gonna put that away here. It's probably best to bring some snow blocks and just like take a look at that top snow block with the dirt with the snow on the side of it, and just replace that with snow and then replace everything under it with stone. You're thinking that's the better way to do it? I also could then use snow layers to smooth out some of that transition too. So to get rid of those tangents I was talking about and have something that looks more like this in a staircase, I could do, if I had snow blocks there, I could use a couple of layers if I wanted to, right? Oh, that's full. Rain. That's no good. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Cool. Rex Depote, stop in on occasion to see what you're working on. Keep up the good work. I also appreciate that you don't steal music for the background of your stream like a lot of Minecrafters. Don't steal music. What do you mean steal music? That's how you did the mountains around your Citadel Elkhorn? Cool. Yeah. Maybe, do you have screenshots that you can share in the Minecraft channel in Discord? Maybe I could reference some of them. So I'm going to leave all this here because I'm just going to be back here tomorrow doing the exact same thing. 1 o'clock Atlantic, that's UTC minus 4 hours. And we'll be back here on the Citadel. I will not be doing quite as much custom work, I don't think. So we probably won't get something as robust as the custom tree work that we did today, but I'm quite happy with that. Again, I think the balcony is probably the best view. But we're going to pass you along to Tadpole Milk, who is a fun streamer I think you will all enjoy. You can check out things like the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcast wherever you download listen to your podcasts. It's one of the perks of being in on the podcasting scene. You can listen to Spawn Chunks on Monday. We'll be talking about some new stuff every Monday about Minecraft. And of course, Citadel Cafe. I'm actually watching Avatar The Last Airbender on Netflix right now. And I think Johnny from Spawn Chunks is going to come on Citadel Cafe and talk to me about that. So that's going to be fun. You can check out patreon.com. That is a great way to support your favorite streamers, including me. It's patreon.com/JoelDuggan. And it goes a long way to help me continue to stream on a regular basis. It allows things like the Lego Let's Chats every Friday, and of course, Minecraft on the weekends. That's going to be it for me, folks. Cosmic, thank you ever so much for the moderation help, and I will see you folks tomorrow. Bye for now.